So we get one exhibition game, y'all. What's up, y'all Hawkeyes? Salute y'all Hawkeyes. Faithful. It is me, RC. So we get one exhibition game per usual. This year will be against Division II team Ashland College, and that's October 30th. So pencil that date, y'all. Put that date in y'all calendars. Put it in your phones if you're a Hawkeyes fan, or if you just want to check out the Hawkeyes, see how they're doing without Caitlin. You're number 2 with no Caitlin. But we moving on. Hey, the train is moving, and we continuing to progress, and the culture is really, really good around this place. You know, the chemistry is really looking good around here. Shout out to Lucy Olsen for everything you did for us last season. And the Hawkeyes had a 23-11 season last year. And I said we go about 22 wins. We did ourselves one better. We made the NCAA tournament. It was a wonderful year in perspective. Now, the non-conference schedule, I had talked a little bit about it earlier. So let's talk a little bit about it right now. So 11 teams, right? I believe it to be 11 teams we playing. 5 of these teams made the double NCAA tournament last season, March Madness. 4 more of these teams appeared in the WBIT and the WNIT. So, you know, these teams, you know, they've been around the block a little bit, you know. Evansville, that's Evansville, I can't even talk, y'all. Evansville Purple Aces, November 9th. Give us a chance to look at Molly Davis, you know, Molly Davis, the Hawkeye great, you know, coming back, and she's coaching. She's on the coaching staff for the Evansville Purple Aces, so that's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to seeing that. The Aces aren't really a good team, the Purple Aces, but you know, it'll be fun to see Molly Davis again. And that should be a W. So the Southern, playing Southern University. I feel like that's going to be a W. The Iowa Hawkeyes lead this series 3-0. And the last time we played them, we beat them 87-32, and that was during the 2022 season opener for us. So look, I don't see this team competing against us, but I do think that they might initially give some fight, but I think we're gonna subdue them. So that's a W. That's 2 W's. Even though one, let's see, wait a second. Hold on, y'all. Hold on a second. Yeah, so that's 2 W's. Then Western Illinois Leathernecks, November 26th. Also, the Southern game is November 3rd. So this Western Illinois versus Iowa. It'll be the 12th all-time meeting between the Hawkeyes and the Leathernecks. The Hawkeyes lead this series 9-2. Last time the team played, it was a 92-65 win by the Hawkeyes back in 2021. Caitlin Clark recorded the first of her 17 career triple-doubles in that contest. Yeah, I think that there's a possibility that this could be a little bit of a trap game, but I think the Hawkeyes will win in decent fashion. You know, I'm going at least a 10, 12 point win right here. And then December 13th, Lindenwood Lions. I don't know much about Lindenwood at all. I will say, let's see. I actually have to see what it is about them, because I don't know anything about them. So the Lions are in just their 4th season at the Division I level after transitioning from Division II back in 2022. Okay, yeah, first time meeting, because I'm like, we ain't never played this team. I never heard this team, but you know, yeah, we'll see. You know, Iowa does have a 11-2 all-time record against Ohio Valley opponents, so that, you know, maybe that's gonna take a little bit of, you know, stock into this, but we'll beat them. It won't be that difficult. That's December 13th. Up next, NIU, Northern Iowa Panthers. So it's an in-state rivalry game for us. This will be the 31st meeting in the series. Iowa has won 5 in a row by at least 20 points. We'll see what shakes out. You look at Northern Iowa; they got to replace the star scorer Maya McDermott. So it could be a situation where this could get ugly quick. I do expect them to try to compete with us. You know, it'll be on us to just take them out early and don't give them no chance to really, you know, exist against us. This should be a W. So right now I don't see no losses. Stick with me, y'all. I don't see no losses yet. So Drake, and that's the 16th. That Northern Iowa game. That's the 16th of November. And then up next, Drake. Drake is always a fight for us. Not the rapper, the women's basketball team. Drake Bulldogs, November 13th. The Hawkeyes and the Bulldogs, they're going to meet for the 57th time. So, hey, played each other a lot. It always seems to be a fight. But shout out to the Hawkeyes. We won the last 7 meetings. So, I'm looking forward to playing this team. It's always exciting to play this team. I think we'll get it done. I don't think it'll be easy. I figure that we're just gonna have to band together and get it done collectively, like we will do a lot of the games. But I don't think Drake gonna be able to stop us, not this year. But again, they always compete against us, so we'll see what happens. But I call that a W. I call that a W. And then Fairfield Stags. I don't know. I'm not gonna pretend to know what I don't know. So November 30th is this game. I will tell y'all this. I will give y'all this. I'll actually read this because I don't know enough about them at all. So there are several better games on the non-conference slate. This is allegedly where things start to heat up. So do not sleep on the Fairfield Stags. Fairfield is 59-7 over the past 2 seasons. They made back-to-back NCAA tournament appearances out of the MAC. They be heavy favorites to make it a three-peat. They returned last season's MAC preseason player of the year, Janelle Brown. She was lost for the season after 8 games, as well as a pair of all-MAC selections, including first-team forward Megan Anderson. They beat Arkansas. They took Oklahoma State to the wire in Stillwater. Okay, so they're saying don't take them lightly. Okay, so then we don't. We better fight like hell. If Fairfield is who they say that they could be, then we just got to show up and be who we should be. We got to recognize, a challenge. We got to be eager to be willing to compete. At this point, we should have suffered no losses in non-conference play. So we got to be dog-driven and determined to come up with this W and show Fairfield that, look, you guys, you've been getting underestimated, or you guys been really showing off, but we here to stop you. And I think, it's a big game right here. It could be a trap game. We got to make sure that we keep everything unlocked and don't get trapped. Move the rock. Play unselfish. We got to have this W, and I think we'll get it. But easy, I don't think it will be. So up next, Miami, Florida, Hurricanes, WBCA Showcase, November 22nd. Third consecutive meeting between the Hawkeyes and Hurricanes that comes in the tournament setting. The last 2 came in the WNCAA tournament, 2013 and 2015. We won both of those meetings. And we 4-0 all the time against the Cane, but that don't mean nothing. That don't mean jack boo boo. It don't mean nothing, y'all. It don't. We gotta come ready and come prepared. Miami, Florida ain't been that good in a minute to me. Last season, I believe they finished 13-16. Don't quote me. I believe that's what they finished. Look, the games on your schedule, you gotta play them hard. It's a WCBA showcase. It's like an invitational tournament, so they're gonna bring it. Don't slip up. There's got to be a victory for us. Cannot slip up at this point. A non-conference schedule play. You got to get it out the mud if you got to, because the next game is critical, and that's November 22nd. Now, next, Baylor Bears WBCA Showcase, November 20th. Here's another game, much like that Tennessee game last year, where we fought through adversity, but we still lost. Baylor could get us. I think it's possible, but I think that the Hawkeyes, they better be ready, man. Look, it's getting into crunch time, a non-conference play. You better be ready for this. And this is only the 3rd all-time meeting between the Hawkeyes and the Bears. And the first time 2 sides could meet outside of the NCAA tournament. And it is going to be. Let's see. Baylor is going to be preseason ranked team. Bears finished last season. Oh, wow. 28-8, 15-3. Yeah, hey, I don't know who's going to be up on 18. Let's see. They return 2 starters. 2 starters led first team, all Big 12 guard, Dariana Little Page Bugs. They brought in 3 transfers that have a double figure. Okay, yeah, take them lightly. Hell no. We better be ready. You got to be like that Tennessee game. We got to play defense. Against teams like Baylor, you got to take care of the ball. So I really hope our ball handling is on point, sharp and crisp here. We can beat them, but it's going to take a lot, man. It's going to take a lot. I think this is going to come down to us, trying to remain undefeated in non-conference play. It's going to be a toughie. Will we win it? I'd say Yeah, but I think it's going to be damn tight, damn tight. Next, big time rivalry game, Iowa State Cyclones. And that game, by the way, is November 20th between Baylor and Iowa. Okay, up next, Iowa State Cyclones, December 10th. Big time rivalry game. Y'all know it's a big time rivalry game. Iowa versus Iowa State. We there. Y'all know how important it is to be our heated rival. Eddie Crooks and Eddie Brown leading the way for Iowa State. They will be without Emily Ryan, and she is moving on. We dominated the series, but we can't go to sleep at the wheel. We cannot do that. We won 8 of the last 9 meetings, but we cannot pretend like, we finna walk up in there and win. We're not finna do that. Not just coming in off the strengths that we think because of the past. No. Last season we won 75-69 in Iowa City. This game will be at the Hilton Coliseum. Look, all the crooks is the truth. Iowa State turned it on late. I don't want to lose to no Iowa State, y'all. Y'all know how I feel about that. I'm not trying to lose to our heated rival. Let's continue the streak of dominance. Now, will we beat them and continue the streak of dominance? This is almost one where it's hard for me to say. And I know the video running on long, so if you're still watching right now, salute to you big time. Hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't. Hawkeyes faithful all day. We beloved over here. Hawkeyes fans, Hawkeyes culture, Hawkeyes program. We love like Charlie Brown and the Peanuts. But look, I don't know. This is a tough prediction. Tougher than Baylor. It's hard to keep beating the team, man. And they're going to be driven. Man, I think Addie going to step up, man. I think Addie, Journey, the freshman, they're going to step up big time. We going to do it, y'all. We going to do it. It's going to be a tight game again. It's going to be a hella dog fight. We going to win, y'all. I don't know. I don't do no score predictions, but I think we probably going to win like 79, 76. We going to hold on. It's going to be hell, but we going to take the W. And we going to be going undefeated, y'all. Woo! RC said we going undefeated into the December 20th game. And that was the 10th. The Iowa game was December 10th. Final non-conference game, Women's Champion Classic, December 20th against defending national champion UConn, Connecticut Huskies. There is no more Paige Beckers. Nope. But guess what? There is Sarah Strong, who is already looking WNBA ready. AZ Fudd, shooter personified, back in action. And they adding Sarah Williams, and they returning KK Arnold, and they bringing in Kaylee Heckle, and if she's healthy, Morgan Shelley can be a threat. And you just know they're gonna get something from everybody that they have. This is the game, y'all. This is the one. And we played UConn before. Last time we played UConn was in the Final Four, and we won on a questionable decision. At the end there. Look, I don't know. We definitely gonna be the big time underdog. If we win this game, bruh, sis, whoever watching, it's gonna be on that. It's gonna be on that. It's gonna be on that Iowa USC type of upset level. If you beat the defending champions, we better than anybody imagine. We better than even I anticipated we would be. But I don't anticipate that we gonna do it. But damn it, we gonna fight. I want to see that fight that we displayed against Tennessee. I wish we was playing Tennessee. I wish LSU was a reoccurring opponent for us. They missed a great opportunity, man, to keep a rivalry going between Iowa and LSU. You get it on every year. Every year we could get it on. Every year, but we ain't do it. But yeah, going back to Connecticut versus Iowa, I'd be impressed like hell if we in this game. And I'm not really down for like moral victories and stuff like that, because at the end of the day, you lose. If you lost back 2, if you lost back 22, you still lost, right? That L still count as an L. Like, how good you feel when you lost? How good could you possibly feel? But I do think that it would be, in some ways, it say a lot about the program if we able to fight and we able to stick in this thing to the end. Don't let them run away with it. It's gonna be fun watching, the reconnection of friends, Morgan Shelley and Addie Dale, link back up, especially if Shelley is healthy. And I hope all our players is healthy by this point. I hate injury, so I hope all our players is healthy. I think that, Ava Hayden, I think Addison Dale, I think that Taylor Strimlow, I think everybody play with infectious energy, and it brings the best out of us. I think Hannah Stokey, Ava, they fight hard in their matchups against Sarah Strong and Sarah Williams, but I just think Sarah Strong, and I just think AZ Floyd going to be too much. Unless Journey Houston get out there and somehow, I think if Journey could play, and by this time, maybe Jan is like entrusting more to her, because I think she could play some good defense on AZ. I know that sounds crazy as hell, because AZ is a wonderful shooter. I think Journey is going to be underrated for her defense. But yeah, that's it, y'all. I didn't talk my butt off, But I had to run through the non-conference schedule. I had to do so. So I got us going 10-1, y'all. That's what I got. So y'all want to let me know what y'all got, and I appreciate y'all for checking out the video. Non-conference schedule dropping. Y'all know we had to talk about it at length, ad nauseum. But yeah, I'm just excited, man. We so close to having women's college basketball back, and it's my favorite time of year when women's college hoops are near, especially when it's the Hawkeyes and the Bruins. Look, I'm gonna get up out of here. I appreciate y'all. I really do. From my heart to yours. Y'all stay up, stay true, stay safe, stay sane. Prevent demons and those trying to drain your energy from getting into your circle, and protect your sanity and peace above all. Anyway, y'all, I'm RC. Hawkeyes for life. Whether we 3-30 or 30-3, I'm out here. I'm out. Peace.